മൊത്തം 2-3 ഷേക്ക് അല്ല, പക്ഷെ ഇത് ആ വീഡിയോയിൽ വരില്ല.
എന്നെ ഇതിനകത്ത് കാണിക്കും ആമയെന്ന്. ആമ എന്നാണ്. ഇത് കാണിക്കൊന്നില്ല, ഞാൻ ടച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന
Hey guys, this is Anoop from Flap Systems and I hope you guys are having a very good day. Today I'm back with another tutorial. I know it's been a while, I have posted, but from now on I will try to post regular tutorials. Anyway, let's get started. As you saw in the starting clip today, we are going to be setting up an object detection and avoidance system on a PixOC running ArduPilot firmware. Using some cheap SC SR04 ultrasonic sensors paired with Arduino to calculate. Yeah, we'll be using Arduino to calculate in this project, and we will be using Mavlink to attain communication between Arduino and PixOC using the telemetry port. That said, let's go through the diagram first. And yes, as always, I have put my GitHub link in the description from where you can get the code, libraries needed, and connection diagram to follow with me on this project. Okay, let's go through the diagram. Let's open it up. Okay, there you go. You have the diagram, and let's see how the connections are made. So VCC and ground are simply the 5 volt and ground, and we are using a new ping library. That's why we have joined the echo. We have paired the trigger and echo of ultrasonic into a single wire and given into the GPIO pin on the Arduino Uno. Alright, so yeah, I am using an Arduino Uno. You could use any Arduino. Okay, and yeah, and the 10 and 11 pin are for the RX and TX, basically to communicate with the PixOC and for the PixOC to communicate with Arduino. So that's quite straightforward, RX and TX. Okay, so while you're using a cube, what will happen is this thing will just be the opposite. See, the black will come this side and the red will come here, the orange will come here and the green will come at this position. So you have to just interchange the whole connection on the PixOC. Alright, so you could actually use this on our PixOC cube as well. This connection, same connection, but just change this, reverse it. The 5 volt will be starting from this side, and after that the orange, green, and then black will be coming at the end at this side. Okay, so that's that about the connection. Let's go through the code next. Okay, let's go through the code. Let's open up the editor. Alright, there you go, and let's just see what all libraries we are going to be using. So we are going to use 3 libraries, which are the Mavlink, NewPing, and Software Serial. So Mavlink library, you have to download it from my GitHub link. I have provided it in my description, so you can download it from there. And you should actually mention this, change this path to as in your system, and you keep that in mind. And we will go to the next library, which is NewPing, which is for the ultrasonic sensor, and Software Serial is for the TX and RX. So basically you have to communicate between the Arduino and PixOC, so you will be using a transmitter and receiver pin, so this facilitates that. Okay, so max distance is the max distance that we'll be keeping for the sensor's range, right? We should detect the sensor should be detecting the obstacle if it's under 70 centimeter. So this is 70 centimeter. Okay, and we will initialize all the pins, which are the GPIO pins on the Arduino, and that would be 10 and 11 for RX and TX, 3 and 4 for the ultrasonic sensor. Okay. Sorry. Let's initialize some variables. So I have initialized all these variables that I'm going to be using in this project. So let's let's initialize that, and let's set some baud rate. Okay, and let's loop through some if statement and functions. Okay, so if statement is going to check if the PICSOC is giving a heartbeat or not. Okay, so if whether PICSOC is switched on or if it's working or not, it's gonna check that and sync the whole function with the sync the Arduino with the PICSOC, right? And let's discuss this one at the end, and let's just go through the rest. Front sensor is gonna give us the distance between the front sensor and the obstacle in centimeters, and back sensor is gonna do the same, back sensor and the obstacle distance between that. And the output data function, the output data function also keeps looping. So what it does is it actually calculates pitch and sends data, output pitch. Okay, so in the calculate pitch section, what it does is let's go to the calculate pitch here. Yeah, so we can't just send the raw data that's coming from the ultrasonic sensor like that to the PICSOC, right? We have to convert it into a logical format that makes sense, right? So that's what it does here. So this code and this actually checks if whether the sensor is sensing any obstacle. So basically for the back sensor and front sensor. All right, so let's just go through it. So this if statement checks if the back sensor is detecting any object or not, and if it's detecting, it's under the max distance, which is 70, right? Initialize it as 70 here, right? So it will check if sensor is not equal to 0. That means it is detecting something, right? If it's not equal to 0, it is detecting something. And back sensor, and if it's detecting, if it's this distance between the sensor and the obstacle is less than 70, that is 69, 68 or any values below 70, if it's that, it will do the following calculations here, right? So I will just go through all the values that I have set up here. So when, let's just get in mind ki when something is detected by the back sensor, the drone must move forward, right? It must move forward to tackle that obstacle, right? Okay, so what we are gonna do is we will just go to the mission planner. I will show you how things work in radio calibration. We are gonna manipulate the radio channels here, so to get the obstacle avoidance working, right? So if I just switch on my radio, so you must have done your radio calibration before, and you must know that the values comes between 1000 and 2000, right? So if you could see the pitch values, which are the max is 1999, close to 2000, and the minimum is 1000, right? So minimum and maximum, and in between it is 1500. So that's the midterm. Okay, so what you have to do is whenever an object is detected, you have to bring the RC value to the mid average, right? You have to bring it to the mid value of 1000 and 2000, which is 1500. So what you have to do is you have to if back sensor is detecting, what you have to do is you have to move forward. So there's one more thing. ArduPilot has this weird thing of you have to reverse the channel for the pitch, right? So when you are actually pushing your stick forward, it's actually going backwards. If you see in the bar here, it's actually going backwards. So most of you people would know that, but anyway, so what we are gonna do is we have to manipulate this 1500, which is the midpoint. Even the pitch sticks are in the mid, right? Even the roll and the pitch comes in the middle. So what we are going to do is manipulate that. Okay, so we will just take the control from the RC, so the radio control. We will just override the channels. That's the better way to put it. We will override the channel, and we will actually, as you saw it, like to move forward, we have to be under 1500. Okay, so this will do that. So 1500 will be the midterm, and 30 will be the initial increment. So when an object is detected and it's below 70 centimeter, it will automatically go to 30. So if it's at 69 centimeter, it will go to 30 centimeter, 1470. The value will change to 1470, and so on. So I have done some incrementing values, like if suppose I will just go through one readme. So I have did some examples here, you could check it. So I have did for a distance which is closer to the sensor and which is farther to the sensor. Okay, so if suppose the front sensor detects a obstacle at 40 centimeter, so what it's okay, so let's pitch front. So yeah, it's detecting, back sensor is detecting the obstacle. So let's so this is the first one. So we will be just going through the example regarding this one. Alright, so this is the one. So this is the farthest distance, 60 centimeter. So it should not move that rashly, right? It's far, so it doesn't have to move that far or make a drastic move, right? So we'll just go through the equation. So basically 1500 minus 30, as I told you before, and 70 is the maximum distance. So max distance 70. So yeah, just for the understanding, it's 70. I don't want you guys to go back and check it every time. So 70 minus back sensor. Back sensor is the distance that I'm getting here. If you see here, back sensor is the distance between the back sensor and the obstacle, which is we are assuming it as 60 centimeter. Okay, so we will put it 60 centimeter, and it will be multiplied by 6. So it will actually increment. If the object just comes from nowhere, so it will know that it has to move farther. So that's that. So if you do the calculation, you will get a value of 1410. So actually, if you just go to here, so if you want to move forward and this check is at 1410, right? Okay, almost there. Yeah, so it's actually moving a little bit. It will just go a little bit in front. Okay, so basically that's the concept. And if you assume a distance which is more closer to the back sensor, you will get that there is much more change in values. So there is a drastic change in values. That's because the object is quite close, right? So you have to move farther, or maybe you should take a drastic movement. The drone must take a drastic movement. So the calculation is done according to it. Okay, and basically if you just go through the front, even if you want to know how front sensor works, it's the same thing, but you have to just add the values, right? You have to go upwards. So if you want to go back, if a front sensor is being detected, if a front sensor is detecting something, you have to move back. So basically this check will the values will go up above 1500. So basically you are going back. Okay, so we have to increase the value. That's why the equation here is adding all the values, right? Okay, so that's the idea. And if you guys have any doubts regarding this, you can actually comment it down below. You could join my Telegram group where I will be available every time if you have any doubt. Okay, so that is that. And so yeah, so there's if statement and else if this is not satisfied, it will move to this one. and if both of them are not satisfied, the output pitch will be 1500, which will not do actually anything, but anyway, we will just put it like that. And this calculate pitch and this output, we'll just go through this output pitch is equal to front pitch. So the value I get here should be sent to the Mavlink, right? Should be sent to the Pixhawk. So this output pitch will be sent to the send data, which is here, and send data is equal to int p. So this is the pitch value. So output pitch is equal to p now. Okay. So what this does is, like, if you are just mentioning just this line code of this selected line of code, what it will do is it will override the channels, and you won't be able to just control it with your radio, your transmitter. Okay. So the if statement, if else statement, what it will do is, like, it will check if whether the object is detected or not. If only object is detected, you will not have the controls on your transmitter. The pitch control on your transmitter will be blocked, overridden, and if there is no obstacle, you can actually use the pitch, right? So the trigger pitch checks if either of the sensor is detecting something. So if you go above here, so yeah, so trigger pitch is the addition of both the sensors. See, so if even either of the sensor is detected, it will give you some 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter value, right? Okay. So it actually checks if not equal to 0. So if it's equal to 0, there is no obstacle at either of the sensor. So you won't have the control over your transmitter here. And if trigger pitch not equal to 0, and yeah, so, and if there is nothing detected, you can just control it with your RC stick. That's that, and that's about the code here. And yeah, if you guys have any doubt, you could let me know. And even if you guys want to know how to add a role to this same code, I could make another video, or maybe I could update the code. Yeah, video won't be good, but yeah, I will update the code then. Okay.